Ever wanted change so bad that it was like right at the tip of your fingertips and you just couldn't reach it? Change sucks, I'll tell you. But I will tell you this. I have found one simple yet powerful tool to help make change stick. And the best part is to gather some real momentum. Are you interested? Stay tuned. Let's get to it. Welcome to Life Mastery for Women. I'm your host, Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Join me here 3 times a week for empowering conversations, powerful tools, and techniques to help you experience more joy, healing, and deeper connections in your life. Feel free to join my online Facebook communities, Chakras for Beginners or Lady Rising, where you can share your experience and ask your questions. If you're interested in joining a live and in-person community of women who connect, heal, and create a life that is full of joy, inspiration, and empowerment, then please send me an email to the meditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. Get ready, ladies. It's time to get that nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Life is hard, but your personal growth doesn't have to be. Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I'm finding you making some serious, significant change and having it stick. If you're not making change and having it stick, then it is my intention that in today's episode I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So picture this. Terrible relationship, unhealthy, cheating, can't trust. Just like, man, she's going to walk in that door and she's going to tell me again that she slept with somebody and I'm going to be like, oh man, I swear I'm going to kill someone, right? You're playing with my heart, right? We don't do that. And I think, what can I do? That was my pivotal moment. What can I do to change this? Now, the change this doesn't mean change her. It just means what can I do to get into a relationship that just feels amazing, that feels loving and supportive and fun and exciting and passionate with that solid foundation of trust. That's what I wanted. Well, that's what I'm here to talk to you today about. Everybody wants something. The world, the universe, your life, your spiritual experience, everything is pushing you to change. Change is the constant, right? That's because you are a human being having a spiritual experience. And I'm sorry, the other way around. You are a spirit having a human experience. And that spirit wants to experience as much as humanly possible on this planet. So you are constantly pushed to grow, to change, and to expand. And if you don't go, that's when trouble sets in. That's when things get really ugly. That's when you're like, dude, I'm like dealing with this problem for 1,000 years and it's just not getting better. How many of you have that experience? It's just not getting better. The relationship is the same. The job's the same. The money's the same. Everything's the same. It's like it's been 25 years and I'm still dealing with the same problem. Well, I dealt with that too. Mine was relationships. I had some pretty bad ones. If you listen to my other episodes, the kind of story kind of threads through, and it was bad. Do you experience that? Are you in a bad relationship? Or are you in something solid that is loving, that is supportive, that is your best friend? And that's what I hope for you. That's what I hope for you. So here's what I did, and here's what has been working. Amy and I have just done this the past 4 days. I've been doing it for several years, and I kind of ebb and flow with it, right? And that tool is setting intentions. Now, please don't turn the podcast off. Listen all the way through because you are working with energy. Your energy, everything around you is energy. You're constantly emitting an energetic frequency. And every time your mood changes and your focus from pessimism to optimism, that changes, your energy frequency changes. So that's why in one day you're in a good mood and you're kind of bringing some opportunities and you have a really good night and you have a great time with your spouse or your kids or your job and you're in a great mood and you catch all the green lights and maybe you get a raise. And then the next day you're like, frick, man, what's happening? Why is this so terrible? Because you're emanating a frequency all the time, 24/7. And if you can dial that frequency just a little bit, and you do that by setting an intention, and when you do that, things start changing around you. Now, does it change like your physical, the physical environment changes quickly? Not necessarily, but your perspective of it changes. Your view of it changes. So here's what we do. So Amy and I decided we're going to do this together, and we're on it. Like, this is it. We're going to do this for 30 days. And we're only like 4 or 5 days in. Now, I've experienced this. I've experienced some massive shifts. It's been absolutely amazing, the things that show up. I've talked about my speaking gigs that I've gotten just by shifting my energy. 24 hours later, I get, a phone call that's like, they want to hire me for a keynote. They pay me a load of money for 90 minutes on stage. It's fantastic, right? Things happen all the time. It happens to me. And I want it to happen to you. So here's what we do. Here's what we decided. So Amy and I decided we're going to do this together, because sometimes if I wake up in a bad mood, I'm like, I'm not doing it today. Who cares? I'm out. I've given up, right? I'm just going to go back to bed. I'm just going to watch some TV. I'm just going to go for a walk, right? It happens. It happens to me too, because you know what? I'm still human, even though sometimes I wish I wasn't. But here's what we're going to do. And so you get together, and you could do this with somebody. You could do this with somebody. You could do this by yourself. I think it's more fun when you do it with somebody. I think it's also more powerful and more impactful. And that other person can kind of hold you accountable and say, hey, you know what? We got to do this thing, right? So here's what we do. You get together, and first what you do is you check in. The check-in is just, you can do your physical, emotional, and mental check-in. You could do this with a journal if you wanted. Or like me, you could just talk it out loud. I walk around in my backyard barefoot in the grass and just connecting to Mother Earth, and I just check in. How am I feeling physically? Oh, I'm feeling pretty good, or I might be a little bit tired, or my knee hurts, or my something, right? You just check in. You're just going inward and making note, okay? Then you check in, how are my thoughts today? Oh, I'm a little bit jumbled, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling a little chaotic, or I'm feeling pretty good and clear, okay? How am I feeling emotionally? Now, that's the most important. How am I feeling emotionally? Because that's the part that sets the stage, and it's your emotional state. It's your emotional state that sets out, that emits that frequency, okay? When your emotions, this is why affirmations sometimes don't work. If you have an affirmation that says, I'm thin and fit, but your body goes, no, you ain't. Well, it's your body that's sending out the no, you ain't frequency, whatever that frequency is, okay? So the emotional state is the most important. Oh, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit bored, I'm feeling a little bit down, or I'm feeling, I don't know, pretty good, or I'm feeling pissed off, whatever it is. Make a mental note. The next is, what is your intention for the day? My suggestion is to work off of that emotional state. My suggestion is to work off that emotional state. So if you're saying, okay, I'm feeling kind of crabby, okay, then ask yourself, if I wasn't feeling crabby, what would I be feeling? I don't know, I'm happy. Okay, so now work that into a positive present moment intention. I intend to look for happy things in my life today. Or I intend, here's a really good one. I intend to allow happiness into my life. Now, it's just an example. I have a couple of different words that you can try on and see what feels better. Now, if you've not done this before, if you've not done any work like this before, and you really have no idea what I'm talking about as far as like trying on words have energy frequencies. All of them. If I start out a sentence, you know what I hate? I am immediately sending out the frequency of hate. Even if I'm just giving an example, even if I'm just going to complain about something for a few minutes. You know what I really hate? That word hate. You say it over and over again. Try this on. You say that word hate over and over again, and you start to feel different in your body. Then try, you know what I love? You know what I love? I love the temperature today. I love that the sun is out. I love the way the leaves in my backyard and my trees, the way they kind of flip back and forth in the breeze. I love that my dogs are laying out in the backyard. I love the sunshine. I love my hammock chair. But if you say the word love over and over again, then you're sending out a completely different frequency. This is why intentions are so, so important. So now you go, okay, I intend to feel happy today. Now that might not fit for you. I don't always use that. That doesn't always fit for me. I really, really do like, I am allowing happiness into my life. Or I am open. That's another really good one. I am open to happiness coming into my life. I would highly suggest trying that on. And when I say try it on, it's just feel how it feels when you say the sentence. You're not walking around going, I am happy today. Okay? That might not feel good to you. So don't try that one on. That might not feel good. Try something else. I am open. I'm open. I'm going to turn around and look in the other direction. I'm going to see what else is out there. Set the intention. Then the next is the tool. What tool will you use to help you remember your intention? Now, I like to use affirmations, but I am, I'm a little bit further down the line than maybe perhaps you are. So when I use affirmations, what I'm doing is it's like a download. It's like a whole experience. So I bring it into my mind, my head space. And what I do is I visualize the energy of that sentence getting pushed into my heart space. So I'm opening my heart, and soon I can feel, hear, and sense my heart beating. I can hear it in my ears, I can feel it in my chest, and I can sense it, okay? When that is happening, I feel this download of energy. And I keep downloading that intention until I feel it in my body. And that's what I'm going to suggest you do. Now, the tool I use, so when I say, okay, I use affirmations, so throughout the day, I stop. I sit down. I put my feet on the ground. I feel into my body. I bring my awareness inward, and I download that intention that I set for the morning or for the day, that I set in the morning for the day. Now, you could use, here's some tools. You could put some stuff around out in your house, and you put some Post-it notes out and around, and you could remind yourself. You could say, every time I go to the bathroom, I'm going to say it. Every time I get a drink of water, I'm going to say it. Every time I stand up, I'm going to say it. Every time the phone rings, I'm going to say my intention, and you're going to feel it. That is the frequency. Your brain does not send out a frequency. Your thoughts do not. They carry, but it's very, very weak. It's like a very weak signal. You want a big, broad signal, okay, of a positive emotion. So whatever your intention is, you want a big, broad signal. So you want to get it all the way down to where you can feel what you're saying. Take that in. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is the work, and it is the secret. Managing our emotions is really tough. For some of you, maybe it is for me. That is my thing to work on. And I will tell you, though, that the whole entire world shifts. My perspective changes when I set the intention every day. And the last thing that we do, the last thing Amy and I do in our practice, is that we do a grounding where we bring all our energy, we call all our energy back from all the worries, all the doubts, all the things that we're thinking about. We pull all our energy back, and then we do a grounding. We push our energy down into Mother Earth to connect to Mother Earth. We put our feet flat on the floor. And if you're looking for a grounding meditation, if you go into Spotify, I think you can search my episodes. I know you can in Spotify. I'm not sure where you're listening, but you can go into my episodes and you can find a grounding meditation. It's only like 5 minutes long. And then what I do is we do this grounding meditation, and we bring our intention up from Mother Earth. So if our intention is happiness, I want to draw happiness up from Mother Earth, and I want to see it moving through my body. And you can just visualize this. Then we go out into the universe, and we gather that same intentional energy, that same emotional energy we want to feel, that happiness. We go out into the universe, and we gather that energy, and we breathe it in through the top of our head, and we allow it to swirl with Mother Earth energy. And then we are fully supported by Mother Earth, and we are divinely connected to source energy, or to God, or to the universe. And then we allow these energies to carry us through the day. Now we're not alone on this planet. We got Mother Earth and we got source energy walking side by side, supporting us and loving us unconditionally. It gives me goosebumps. I just absolutely love it. It sets the stage for the day. Now, I hope that this found you well. And I hope that this is something that you will continue to do. And I would encourage you to do this for 7 days straight, every morning. Even if you get up and you brush your teeth, you get dressed, you have breakfast, whatever, and then you get kids off to wherever they got to go, and then you come back and do it. But I would highly, highly encourage that this is the first big thing you do in the morning, because you will see change, significant change. I promise you. If this is something that you need support in, please reach out. Please send me an email. We are building courses and group coaching programs and communities to help everybody make this significant change in their life. I hope this finds you well, and I hope that you keep going. And let me know in the comments if this is something that is working for you. Let me know what your intention is. Let me know how it worked at the end and how this podcast episode served you. I would love to hear about it. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for being an integral part of my podcast community. I hope today's episode found you well and filled you with inspiration towards your transformation. I appreciate you being here with me today, and your support means the world to me. And I'm grateful to be on this journey with you, and it is my hope that I can play just a small part in your spiritual transformation. If you've ever felt motivated or indeed found that nugget of inspiration from my podcast, you now have an opportunity to show your appreciation. If you'd like to buy me a coffee or a chai tea as a token of support, you can do so through the link in the podcast show notes. I usually drink chai tea as coffee really winds me up, and I could do like a 20-minute episode in 2 minutes. But just know that your support fuels my passion to keep offering you these powerful episodes and encourages me to keep going and growing, but with much love and gratitude. Until next time, you keep going, growing, and looking for those nuggets of inspiration towards your transformation.